What's going on, y'all? I'm Jay McFadden, and this is the Truckers Hustle, and today we're going to be talking about being an owner-operator. Now, I've done so many videos at this point. I feel like I've talked a lot about being an owner-operator, being a company driver, things like that, but I don't think I've really delved too far into telling you what it's like and what it's all about. All right, so as we get into this, do me a favor, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and notification bell so that you can stay up to date and keep posted with the videos that I'm going to be rolling out. All right, so let's get right into it, man. In 2016, I embarked on a journey to become an owner-operator. You know, I went out, bought my truck, found a company to contract with, ran my freight, stuff like that. And through the years, like, it's been awesome, man. Being an owner-operator is great because you have the freedom of really being independent, so to speak. Now, when it comes to taking care of your equipment and taking care of your truck, I mean, you got to keep in mind that it's all on you as an owner operator to take care of those things. Now, depending on if you find yourself in like a pickle or kind of like a pinch, certain contractors may actually offer help to get you out of those pinches. For example, like if you blow a tire or something like that and you might be a little short on the money right then and there, they'll actually work with you and provide the resources to actually acquire this tire. And I mean, it's going to cost you, you're going to pay for it, but it's not going to cost you any more than what you would be paying if you had just went on ahead and flat out paid for the tire and bought it yourself. So, you know, it does work out in those cases. But other than that, I mean, the pros of it, there's so many of them. I mean, like I said, you're your own boss. It's your equipment. Nobody's telling you what to do with your equipment. Nobody's telling you to put a camera in there and put it facing back towards you or anything like that. Some companies may want you to have a camera that faces out for insurance purposes, but you won't really find a lot of companies that are telling you to do certain things inside of your truck that most company drivers will have to do. But mandated items like your electronic logging device, that's going to be a mandatory item today. You need to have something in there that is reliable and pretty much approved by the company to record your drive time, hours, location, things like that. And a lot of us, you know, when they made that transition from paper logs, because I do come from that era when we ran paper, but that transition was something that really scared a lot of drivers. They were like, oh man, they're going to be tracking us and all of this, and we can't. What it really came down to was them throttling how much money we could actually make out here, because now we've got a computer that's tracking our every move, where it's like, all right, as soon as you turn this truck on, man, that thing boots up. If it's already been booted up and it's just in sleep mode, I mean, it might take a second, but I mean, anything. As soon as you release the brakes and start drifting forward, the whole computer will change. So, you know, it's, you know, that might be a con for some people, you know, but it's a pro for others as well, because they don't have to worry about the extra paperwork that we had to worry about back in the day. So, you know, before the LD, we had to use paper logbooks, which, I mean, yeah, a lot of your road outlaws, man, actually got into doing a lot of that stuff with those logbooks. If you kind of know which way I'm going with that, I won't say any more to that. But anyway, you know, but before the logbook, I mean, before the electronic logging device, you had the paper, but you also had to record your miles manually, instead of, you know, having an electronic device doing it and basically saying, okay, well, you're at this point in the state or whatever, or on the interstate in whatever state, and you traveled, say, so many 100 miles to the next state. You had to keep track of that stuff. So for me personally, man, it's a win in my book all day long, man, because, you know, you lose track of that kind of stuff. And not to mention, I mean, it can be kind of hazardous to write and drive and all of that at the same time. So, you know, those are pros for me. You know, I was scared when the ELD came and was mandated at first. I was like, man, my money's going to be affected and we're not going to be able to run the way that we really want to, make the money that we want to make. So, but we got over it. But being an owner operator, man, in trucking, it's unmatched. You can take any company driver out here and they're like, oh, it's great, man. You know, I love driving, driving for a company, running for a company. I don't have the responsibility of paying for a truck. I don't have to pay no insurance. I don't pay bills and fuel and all of that. I drive the truck. I go home and, I get back in and I do my thing. That's great. But it's night and day. So a company driver with that mentality will likely never want to ever be an owner operator. And most owner operators, and they truly enjoy what they do. They truly enjoy the freedom and independence of what we do. And a lot of us are like, I could never go back to being a company driver because I don't want to deal with slip seating. I don't want to deal with a dispatcher or a driver manager telling me, oh, well, that's not your truck and you need to do this or do that and the third. And don't want to deal with that. We're all adults. We don't need to hear that kind of talk. All right. I know I don't own my truck. At least that's what the company driver's saying. I know I don't own the truck, but at least show me the respect of, a human being, or in my case, I'm a grown man, treat me like such and talk to me like that way. I'm going to talk to you the same way. Don't disrespect me. That's a lot of the basis of being an owner operator. It comes down to the respect of it as well. A lot of drivers that have their own trucks, we make it known, man. It's whether it's a sign on the side of our truck or what's in our truck, and how we drive our truck, where we park our truck and how we park our truck. Those are the things that really go into what being an owner operator is really all about. But you've got bills, man, and the bills come along with it, and they don't stop. Okay, unless you pay the truck off, then you got one big bill off of your back. But your insurance won't stop, your IFTA payments won't stop, your HVAC won't stop, the taxes, they're not gonna stop. None of that. Federal, state, business taxes, personal, none of that stuff is going to stop. But if you have the mentality and the mental capacity and fortitude to say, hey, you know what, I can handle this, I'm ready to handle this, then being an owner-operator might actually be for you, all right? But owning the truck itself, man, is fantastic, because when it comes down to jumping carriers or jumping contractors, you're not going to have one contractor say, oh, well, you can't do that, you can't go. They might try to say that to intimidate you and keep you from moving. But at the end of the day, you own that truck if you own the truck. You know what I'm saying? If you paid for it and you got the title and you own it, then you own it. And that's just it. There's no debates with that. So being an owner-operator, man, owning your own truck is incredible. It really is. I can't really think of anything else to compare it to, honestly. But other than that, if y'all have any questions about anything, leave it in the comments. Don't forget, again, subscribe, please. Share this video with someone that may be looking to get into trucking or become an owner-operator and, maybe trying to switch subsectors and do something different. In the meantime, I really appreciate y'all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.
Get it, get it, get it, get it, get it, get it, get it.